what plagued the markets yesterday in terms of the rout in the banking stocks, especially SVB, and the whole sector as a whole, the whole ecosystem, startup ecosystem, the funding environment, how it channels itself, circulates around within its own system. What do you make of the episode, and do you see a systemic risk out here brewing?
Yeah, so great question. I think, we're all assuming, what you're sort of outlining there, that this is a sort of semi-closed loop, and that we're going to get contagion, and in a sense, we've already had a lot of contagion. In many ways, we had crypto winter, we had FTX, and now that's spun over into the sort of fintech side of VC, and it's spun over into broader disruptive tech. It's also obviously eaten into the publicly listed tech. We've seen what's happened with the likes of Uber. We've seen what's happened with things like Arc, and so we've already seen a lot of contagion from the overvaluation, the kind of ridiculous levels of overvaluation within the sector, and we still think there's a long way to run on that. There's much further potentially that we can go down, because the values were so hyped up, and so many of the business models really just didn't make sense. We found that out during lockdown, when what should have been the real time to shine for many of these disruptive tech stocks. And it turned out that actually, yes, they'd spent a lot of money buying market share, but when they actually came to have the opportunity to really ramp up volumes and increase volumes, instead of becoming profitable, all they did was just magnify the scale of the losses that they were making. So, that was really the wake up. Yeah.
But to say, Paul, that all the PE and VC activity during during a low interest rate scenario was speculative, isn't that a bit much? Because at the end of the day, isn't that a bit of a stretch? Because at the end of the day, these businesses, some of them do indeed have merit.
Well, I'm not sure how many of them really do have merit. If a lot of these, if the ones that are the more mature ones that were already listed couldn't actually turn a profit during, what should have been a perfect operating environment for them during lockdown, if they couldn't turn a profit during that period, and their losses actually got worse, exacerbated, then you kind of wonder if there's ever any profit in a lot of these disruptive tech businesses. I think that's really the question that's being asked now, and certainly there's nothing like the potential level of profitability that was being embedded in narratives that were creating these ramped up valuations. We had sort of fantasy business models with completely jacked up valuations, and that all has to unwind.